Hey, welcome back to the Pikes Peak Apex Rider Spotlight video. Today, we're talking with junior racer Andrew Morris. His father, RJ, is here with us as well. And Andrew's got a pretty cool story because, Andrew, you just won a national championship.
Yep.
Tell us about that.
So that was it was the first ever high school national championship race, and there was a pretty similar field as this 15-16, which I raced earlier in the week. And I was sitting in third the first lap, and I pretty much, the kid in first got a flat through the rock garden, and I saw second 30 or so seconds ahead of me. And it was the long road climb up to the second lap. So I took as much advantage through that and just stayed smooth on the descent and just had a super great time.
Yeah, having fun racing.
Yeah.
The result always turns out good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Andrew also races locally in Fort Collins for a group called Ciclismo Racing, is coached by Andy Clark. And we've got high school season is starting up again pretty soon. What year are you going to be in high school this year?
I'm going to be a sophomore, so yeah.
Okay, so in the 2020 Apex then, you were 14 or 15?
14.
You were 14,
yeah.
Racing U23, so same category as Robbie Day, who was our second place overall winner. So it was a pretty strong category.
Yeah, super strong.
Well, tell us first, what intrigued you about the Apex? How did you get there?
Well, he kind of does the endurance racing, and I don't know, I've never done a stage race before, and there was no racing in 2020, and there were so many people out there, looked like such a fun venue, and I've never ridden in Colorado Springs, so that was super cool.
Yeah, it was awesome that you got to be there. And RJ, you got to play the role of support during the Apex. So what did the race look like from your end?
It was exciting. It was, like you said, a lot of the pro racers came out that we hadn't seen all year, and it was an exciting event. I got to pre-ride all the course the day before they raced each stage, and man, it was ripping fun time.
Yeah. So Andrew, what was your favorite course? What was your favorite day?
I mean, so stage 4, I started the race, I wrecked into a cactus patch, and it was filled with needles, but that was easily the best stage. Getting to go to Captain Jack's twice was so fun.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So what were your struggles during that 4 days, never having done a stage event before?
I just I didn't really know much about drafting until the second stage, where I got to kind of work with the pro women. So I was riding with Chloe Woodruff and Evelyn Dong and Rose Grant, and that was super cool to learn kind of their strategies for racing that, because we're in a pro group.
Yeah. How awesome is that?
Yeah, that was so cool.
Doesn't get to happen very often.
Yeah.
I mean, I was racing in that category and I was nowhere near those women. So kudos to you on that one.
Yeah.
And so RJ, watching Andrew through this race and, kind of watching, how long has he been racing mountain bikes? Let me ask that first.
Probably about 6 years, but most of it's been local, short track races and stuff, and probably maybe the last 2 years seriously.
So what's it been like to see his passion for racing develop, and how have you noticed Andrew grow as an athlete and as a person while participating in mountain biking?
All right, so I've seen him grow a bunch. I can remember the first time we took him up Maxwell, it was a cry fest, and now I can't even keep up with him going up Maxwell, but to watch him develop, as a rider from a technical and a speed standpoint has been awesome. And not just him, but all the kids that we help coach, and and also their emotional growth, I think, developing into, decent young men that, you know, they're figuring out the struggles of the trail, and, you know, also taking away the happiness, you know, of the event. No matter what happens in the event, I mean, they grow from it, from flat tires to crashes to, you know, bad starts. I mean, things don't always happen, and you gotta learn to roll with those and wipe them off, and just grow up and mature. And they're definitely doing that. He has grown a bunch. It's been awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Andrew, what bike did you ride during the Apex?
During the Apex, I rode the Orbea Ois, which is 120, like full suspension,
Okay.
in which I would normally ride a hardtail. So that was super fun, like getting to descend on a bigger bike.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that a 29er or a 27.5?
29.
29.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you change it if you did the event again?
So I'm riding a Trek Super Cal now,
Okay.
but I think I might have took the Orbea on that course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it kind of depends on the stage. Like the stage 2 with the long climb, probably the Super Cal, but any other stage, I think I'd take the full suspension. Yeah.
Gotcha. So, looking forward to the rest of this year. What's on the docket? What's on your race schedule?
So I'm gonna go to Steamboat and race the Emerald Mountain Epic as a
Okay.
duo, and then I pretty much just have high school racing and maybe a little cyclocross.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's your goal for this season then?
For the rest of the season,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like a top 5 podium for high school because I'm racing varsity,
Yeah.
and there's a little bit like of an age difference.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, it's going to be exciting to follow you the rest of the season
Yeah.
and to see, you know, a sophomore in high school. We've got a lot of growing, a lot of developing to go. And RJ, where do you see, like, it seems like junior racing is, I mean, at nationals, they had to hold like qualifying races
Yeah.
for his age groups to even get in to the national championship race. By far the largest group of people racing at the national championships.
138 kids in the 15, 16, and I think maybe 160 something in the 17, 18-year-old, the biggest categories. Yeah, and they're letting the young kids start racing with the pro division now because they're keeping up with them. Yeah, it's
So
amazing.
fast.
Yeah, I see American cycling picking it up. These kids are blowing me away. Yeah,
Right.
it's
I know.
amazing.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. There are young women in my categories as well, 16,
Yeah.
17, 18, that are just unbeatable.
Yep. Yep. It's awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for joining today. I really appreciate it. It was great having you at the Apex
Yeah.
last year. And again, we look forward to seeing all the things that you accomplish in the upcoming years, Andrew.
Yeah, thank you.
For sure.